Shalom. I'd like to start out by giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of Israel. This is Thamayim in Atlanta, and found this image and this clip or GIF on Reddit, and it reads like Independence Day, and it immediately made my mind go to the return of Yahweh Shai, because it is going to be a phenomenal and astonishing time. It's going to be an amazing sight to see the chariot and the chariots that he returns with. But the chariot that Yahweh Shai is going to return with is going to be from point to point. You won't be able to see the start or the end of it. It's going to be gigantic. And we'll just go ahead and play this, and I'm going to read from my hardback Bible. And this could just be clouds, but it does make you think of a chariot. And even the caption says, like Independence Day, with the chariots being called clouds and the chariots of Israel. And these are what people today think of or call UFOs or UAPs, but these are in fact the chariots of the Lord. These are the angels. And so I'm going to read from Revelation 1 and 7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds." And as I just said, these clouds are what the world today calls UFOs or UAPs, unidentified flying objects. But these are identified flying objects. These are the chariots of Israel. Moving on, it says, "And every eye shall see him," because it's going to be a complete invasion of the earth. "And they also which pierced him." And so there are two unlucky souls out there who Yahweh Shai is going to most definitely have his targets on, his sights on. "And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Amen." It's going to be a fearful time for the heathen and for the 2/3. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, and I'm going to start from the top and just read through. "And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night." This is Esdras reading, or his writings. "And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof." The sea being what we would call outer space. "And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven," that man being Yahweh Shai, and the thousands of heaven being his angels that he's returning with, and their chariots, an armada, complete fleet of angels with him. "And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him." Back in Revelation 1 and 7, it just said all the nations and kindreds were going to wail. It's that fear that he's going to put onto everyone. "And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire." And these are the laser beams that's going to be coming from the chariots, because he's coming to do damage. "The slain of the Lord shall be many." "And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So this is the Space Force. And it's not only the U.S. that has a Space Force. Quite a few of the other nations have Space Forces as well, including China. And they are going to come and try to fight Yahushua at his return. This is that war in heaven. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. And this right here, verse 6, is what my mind went directly to after seeing this image that is playing before you. This great mountain, a great chariot. Verse 7, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. Because he could not, it was so huge, he couldn't see it from end to end. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight, because Yahushua is going to put the spirit on them to fight him. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. He's going to burn them up with his lasers. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which were prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So they are going to be completely charred, and just dust is going to be left. It makes me think of the movie Mars Attacks, with the laser beams that the Martians had, and it's just left them, just left bones, and eventually became dust. Or War of the Worlds, when the aliens in that film attacked and shot the people with laser beams, it was just dust left. And this is what Yahushua is going to do to the people when he comes back, especially to that Space Force, to those individuals that pierced him, to the 2/3 that are remaining, to the Edomites. They're going to get it. They're all going to get it when he returns. And so, he's coming back soon. He will return soon. Lord willing, that was an edifying lesson. I'd like to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, or Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom.